Yo, what's going on? What's happening? I really didn't want to cover this, but it's gotten to the point where things have gotten out of hand, and a lot of people have became disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And now you have to get G-checked. And it's not in a negative way. You know what I mean? I just gotta let you know who and what we are. Because it seems as though it's either you forgot or you were ignorant enough to believe what the melanin recessive man told you about blacks living in America before you came over to America. Yeah, you truly believe that black people were lazy. You truly believe what melanin recessive man and woman said. That black people, all they are nothing but prostitutes and drug dealers and dope dealers and they don't have no culture. You truly believe that. You truly fed into that. And that's far from the furthest truth. Because see, if it were up to the melanin recessive man, you would be living in your country. You wouldn't have the privilege to come to America. It was because of the civil rights movement that black people, fought for our rights, minorities, that gave you the privilege in order to live and make money in America. Straight up. I can't believe this. And I'm not talking about all foreigners that have this type of mentality, but there are quite a few foreigners that have this type of mentality. The mentality is black people don't have no culture. They not smart. They dope dealers, drug dealers, and all the rest of this stuff. And it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. That we, us black Americans, have done nothing but open our hands out to you all. You all come to our community and treat us like SHIT, but we still support your businesses. We send your children to college. We help you buy that new car and that new house that you purchased. And some of you all may say, well, what are you talking about? I purchased the house on my own. I bought the new car. I sent my children off to college. What are you talking about? Yeah, right. You're out of your mind. Those egg rolls that we bought from you Asians or Chinese people, the countless orders of chicken and chips, General Tso chicken, egg foo young, pork fried rice, all of those orders throughout all of the years that we patronize your Chinese food restaurant, knowing that you were serving cat, dog, and rat. That's how you got to where you are right now, which is financially stable. That's real talk. All of the oxtail. Real shit. Beef patties, chicken patties, curry golden rice, swordfish, all of the Korean food that we bought from you all. That's how you managed to pay your house off. I could go on with this. How are you telling black people that we lazy and we come? How are we lazy and we got money and we have money to the point where we patronize your businesses? How? I used to sell bootleg movies and CDs in front of a beauty supply store. And throughout the years, I watched 95% black people go in, customers, 95% of the Koreans, because the Koreans own the beauty supply store. 95% of the customers that went in there were black. I watched the Koreans send, this is my word, send their children off to college. All for the strength of black women purchasing perms, texturizers, black men going in there purchasing wave brushes, black women going in there purchasing wigs, weaves, extensions, 2B, yaki, and all the rest of that shit. The nerve. How many years have we purchased them stale ass cheese pizzas from the Italians? I could go on with this shit. Chopped cheese sandwiches from the Arabs. The cold sandwiches from the bodegas. I could go on with this, but you all have the nerve to say that black people don't have no culture and we lazy and we stupid and we drug dealers and all of these stereotypes. You believed it. You believed what that melanin recessive man said about us, which is crazy to me. That's crazy work to me. Straight up. You know how many cultures we've created? Plural. Like, I'm flexing. I'm going to be real with you. I'm flexing. Like, this is my word. I've never saw anyone wait in front of a sneaker store, straight up, let alone camp out, because that's what they do. I'm about to tell you what people do around the world. Listen now. I've never heard of anyone waiting overnight, spending the night in front of a sneaker store waiting for a Caribbean sneaker to come out, an Asian sneaker to come out, a Latino sneaker to come out, an African sneaker to come out. But I've not heard, I've seen it with my own eyes. People buy Jordans, not just in America. This is an international thing. Because we made, black people that is, wearing sneakers, basketball sneakers to be specific, popular. We started the sneaker culture. Prior to that, melanin recessive men created the tennis shoe. And they wore the tennis shoe when they played tennis. Melanin recessive men created the running shoe, a running sneaker. And they wore the running sneaker when they would run. Let's move on. Melanin recessive man created the basketball shoe. And they only wore the basketball shoe or sneaker when they were playing basketball. Nowadays, people wear sneakers all the time, and that came from the black race. We started the sneaker culture. We made it cool. That's real talk. Let me tell you something. This is my word before I go any further. They say that black culture is American culture. No. American culture is black culture. Because I'm starting to question, you know what I'm saying, the world. And ask the world, what haven't black people invented, created, or innovated? We've done it all. I just found out that it should bug me out. I just found out that a black man created the first drone. And he got the blackest name. His name is Willie Techno Man Jenkins. And he called that drone that he created the Skywatcher. That's real talk. For all you foreigners, for all you melanin recessive people that play video games, that's gamers, straight up. Next time you turn on your PS5 or your Xbox One, know that a black man created the first video game console as well as cartridge. His name was Jerry Lawson. Mess me with this bullshit. Mess me with this bullshit. What do you mean black people don't have culture? Are you out your mind? You ever heard about the Harlem Renaissance? You know how many poets, jazz musicians, creative, talented black people that came out of that? Your Langston Hughes, Zora Neale Hurstons? Come on, man, miss me with the bullshit, man. We create culture and say that this shit is old and then we throw it away and move on to another one. You got Japanese people fucking breakdancing and shit. We been gave that shit about 20, 30 years ago. We create culture, dead it out, and move on. Fuck out of here. What do you mean? You know how many genres of music we created? Go-go music, rap music, R&B music, rock and roll. Every time I hear I'm a piano, this is what I hear. Follow me, yeah, I'm hoping to see the day. Cause I'm a piano ain't nothing but fucking house music. Something that black folks, black Americans created. Fuck out of here. Are you out your mind? Where do you think reggaeton came from? They took it out of hip hop. And let's not even talk about hip hop. And miss me with the Caribbean people creating hip hop or having something to do with it, as well as the Latinos. The Puerto Ricans and the Jamaicans didn't have nothing to do with hip hop, and that's the truth. Black people been rapping, breakdancing, and all the rest of that shit since the early 50s and 60s. Stop it with the BS. That's real talk. We've created enough culture in America to the point where we don't need anyone else's help with our own shit. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. That's real talk. I live in a foreign country and I respect these people. But foreigners come over to America and disrespect black Americans. Had the nerve to tell us we ain't got culture. What the fuck is you talking about? All we got is culture. These people created a name, a derogatory name to call us. And we turned it around. We so dope. We turned a negative name, a derogatory name, into something cool to call one another. Call ourselves, which is nigger. And it's gotten to the point where every race wants to use that name. That name. Nigger. And they get upset. The non-blacks, that is, they get upset when they can't use it. When we tell them you can't use it. Fuck out of here. We dope. I mean, literally, we're dope. And you all around America, yes, you foreigners around America, as well as around the world, can't wait to get that fix. Tie that rubber band, tie it tight to your arm, and let me go ahead and put that black culture in my veins. Straight up. It's just crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? I see people looking at me, you know what I'm saying? I see how these melanin recessive Caucasian, you know what I'm saying, your conquistadors and all the rest of these Spaniards and all the rest, they look at me like I'm crazy and shit when I go to the beach. And I'm like, yeah, you looking at me like I'm crazy, and you saying like, what are you doing here? Like it's that type of vibe. And I'm like, yo, you do realize while your son cooking, not sun tanning, sun cooking, you burning your fucking skin, you trying to look like me. In efforts to try to look like me. That's real shit. They got a thing called synthetic melanin. If I'm so bad, if my skin is so dirty and all the rest of that shit, why are you trying to look like me? That's crazy to me. That's crazy work to me. You had the nerve to tell me black people ain't got no culture. I could go on with this. I went to a historically black college university called St. Augustine's. And every homecoming, that's all I saw was culture. We had the step show. We had black American performers, entertainers. We had regular, talented, kids that went to my school that sung and danced and rapped. We highlighted them during the homecoming. What is you saying? We had tailgating where we cooked soul food and shit. We got our own food. Like, man, what the fuck is y'all talking about? We ain't got no culture. I could go on with this. Just about every appliance, this is my word. I'm not going to sit here and tell you all. You know, that's not, see, this is the problem. It's not my job to inform you of who and what I am. It's your job. You're the ignorant one that believed in all of the bullshit that the melanin recessive man told you about us, instead of asking us about us. So I'm not going to sit here and give you a laundry list, because if I did, straight up, of all the inventions, things that we innovated and created, I will be here on this fucking video for years straight. But I want to tell it to you like this. Just about everything in your fucking house, down to the appliances, tools that you use, HVAC system, refrigerator, I mean, the list goes on, ironing board, the list goes on. Ooh, y'all done got me heated. The tampons that your girl sticks up her shit when she gets a menstrual cycle was created either by a black man or a black woman. Miss me with that bullshit. Y'all don't fuck with the wrong person. Because I know my history. And I know what we've accomplished in America and how we influenced the world. And it's crazy that we get shitted on. It's crazy that when I go to Mexico, Central, and South America, they call me a gringo. It's crazy in those other derogatory names that I don't want to mention. But you know them. It's crazy when I go to the Caribbeans and my family, on my father's side, my family's from Nevis, the West Indies. When I go visit my family, they call me a Yankee. It's crazy when I go to Africa, the motherland, they call me a foreigner. And when I get back home, these melanin recessive men and women call me a fucking nigger. We are the most hated race of people on the planet. For whatever reason, I don't know, but then again, I do. Because as DJ Khaled would say, we the best. And that's real shit. I'm not going to give you no history lesson on, I've already gave you enough. But I ain't going to give you the whole rundown of the shit that we've done. Straight up. You know, during slavery, when the melanin recessive man forcibly had us out there in the cotton fields, straight up, working in the cotton fields, you know, we were still creating, innovating, and inventing things. Excuse me. You know, the saying goes, behind every good man is a good woman. Well, I want to kind of change that up a little bit. Behind every great melanin recessive man that claimed that he invented this and innovated that, and that he was the Egyptian and he was the ancient Sumerians and all the rest of this shit, that everything throughout history that was of greatness, he accomplished. Well, I can tell you that behind that melanin recessive man, there's a black man and a black woman that has had their history stolen. There's a black man and a black woman that has had their inventions, things that they created, things that they innovated, stolen. And when it was stolen, it was repackaged, renamed, whitewashed, so that this melanin recessive man could look like he did something. But all he's been doing is stealing from us. And that's real shit. I tell you, Black Americans, since they think we don't have any culture, since they think we're lazy and we're drug dealers and this and that and so forth, I tell you, stop patronizing their businesses. Stop buying the beef patties. Stop buying the oxtails. Stop buying the fufu. I think that's what you call it. Stop buying stop going to the beauty supply stores that East Indians, Koreans, or overall Asians own. Stop buying the 2B yaki. Stop buying the wigs. Stop buying the vegetable egg rolls, the beef and the chicken egg rolls. Stop buying the beef and broccoli. Stop it. Stop buying the pizza slices. And see just how far, because you know how they say, you know, all of these Caribbean and Africans and Latinos and the likes, they stick together. If they stick together, then they should be able to be successful without our money. Without us patronizing their business. They should be successful because they'll have the opportunity to patronize their own business. And that's real shit. And from now on, let's start gatekeeping our culture. Everything that we create, everything we invent and innovate, let's gatekeep it. And put a price tag on it as well, while in the process of gatekeeping it. And let me tell you something, for all you, because I see two places that create a lot of the TikTok dances. Two cities. That's New York City, and in Atlanta. Let me tell you something to all you young people that create these TikTok dances and stuff, right? You know you can copyright to the choreography of the dance that you create. And own it. Because at the end of the day, let me tell you something. It's in specific, Times Square, all you black young dancers that be out there dancing, you know that they're looking at you on an international level. Because some of everybody comes from different parts of the planet to visit Times Square, and they're looking at what you're doing and going home and mimicking what you're doing, practicing the dance and getting on TikTok and monetizing some shit that you created. It ain't paying you a goddamn dime, let alone acknowledging where they got it from. The dance, that is, that you created. Fuck out of here, man. And this is not a hate video. I don't hate foreigners. I just don't like the way a lot of you all think about us, which is crazy. That shit is crazy to me. We ain't got no culture. I could go on with this shit, man. We lazy. That shit is crazy. Like, I heard about this whole thing with the Essence Festival. How the Essence Festival is owned by an African. And how now, you know, this year, Black Americans went to the Essence Festival in order to see Black culture. And when they got there, they saw a little bit of Black culture meshed in with Caribbean and African culture. That's a different time and place and festival. It's cool. It's cool to mesh in those three. But this is the Essence Festival. How you gonna take the essence out of the Essence Festival? And if you don't know what the essence is of the Essence Festival, let alone the Essence magazine, that's Black culture. That's Black excellence, baby. Black American culture. It's like y'all trying to take over our shit. You're trying to sabotage the shit that we established already. And for all you Black people, they call you pretendians. You know, your FBAs and ADOSs and all of that shit. Stop saying that you are Indian. Stop it. Just say that you're indigenous to the land. That's all you got to say. Because when people say that there's no such thing as black people being Indians, they're stupid. You want to know why? Because there's a such thing as West Indian. What the fuck is a West Indian? That's what I'm supposed to be. My family comes from the West Indies. Christopher Columbus came over to America and thought he was in India. So therefore he named those people that he saw Indians. Just say that you're indigenous to this land that they erroneously call America and you'll be all right. There's no way in the world that come on, seriously, this is my word. That's the reason why we need to tell our story. Because you can't tell me that the melanin recessive man was powerful enough to take millions out of Africa and bring them over to the Americas. And there were never no black people over here. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm going to say the same shit that everybody else says. We're all the slave ships. We're all the slave ships at. Y'all managed to keep the chains and the ropes that we were hung by. But you couldn't manage to keep some of the salvage, some of the slave ships? Like, you all know where the Titanic is at. Underwater. Please show me where a slave ship is at. So stop saying that you are a fucking Indian. And just say that you're indigenous to this land. Because that Indian shit is a term used very loosely. That's the point that I'm making. Straight up. And I know that because, like I said before, and I say it again, I'm technically part West Indian. Anyway, man, I'm about to get out of here, yo, man. It's all love. It's all love. I had to just G-check you. Straight up for all you Caribbean, African, Latinos, Asians, and the likes. It's no, it ain't, this is not an attack. It's on all of you. This is specifically meant for people that think that black people don't have no culture, that we're lazy, and we ain't never did shit in life. And we ain't gonna never be shit in life, man. Get out of here with that bullshit, man. Straight up, this is my word. Like when you went, no, seriously, and I'm gonna end it with this, man. And I hate I have to do this, man, but I pop it. And this is not a collar, but I got a tank top on, so I gotta pop it. You know what I mean? Real talk, man. Like if you ask anyone around the world who's their favorite R&B singer, they're gonna either say Beyonce, Michael Jackson. If you ask anyone around the world who is their favorite basketball player, they're either going to say LeBron, Kobe, Michael Jordan, or Iverson. If you ask anyone around the world who's their favorite rapper, they're going to say either Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, Pac. I could go on with this, man. But we don't have no culture. And we ain't shit. Okay. I'm out.